Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. You saw the thumbnail, you know who we're covering. I genuinely, when frauditors or sovereign citizens go dark for half a year, I just assume they're dead. I'm assuming they OD'd and they're in a ditch somewhere. So that's where I thought Craig was. And then I remembered he was in jail. And apparently you can now stream from jail, which I find disgusting, especially because doing this on YouTube is what got you in jail. But I digress. This is going to be him whining and crying and being a terrible parent from behind bars. Enjoy.
Hello, everybody. Today I am bringing you a video update from inside the Vermilion County Jail in Indiana, where I have been sitting in this cage for more than 6 months now as a result of being prosecuted for other people calling the Clinton City Hall in Indiana after watching a video of mine. My lawyer is currently working on appealing that conviction. In the meantime, this channel has not seen a new upload in almost 3 months, so I figured you all would benefit from an update from me. I'll start with how things are going from inside of the jail. So far, I have had to file a federal lawsuit that is now filed with the courts as Craig Hendry versus Christina Moran et al., because I'm suing a few jail officials. Essentially, they deprived me of due process before punishing me. And in Indiana, prisoners, even convicted prisoners, are entitled to due process before jail officials punish them. And that's just so that prisoners are not punished arbitrarily because of, say, who they are or what they think, or just are punished without being guilty of what they're accused of.
All right, as you guys know, I used to work in a police department in the jail portion. No one's punishing you, Craig. No one's punishing you. They're holding you till whatever's next. That's it. They're not punishing you because of who I am or what I think. No one cares who you are. And what you think makes you a moron. Plain and simple. We've all seen your criminal history. You're a career criminal. Clearly what you think isn't what the law is. So do yourself a favor, sit down, shut up, and stop with this YouTube shit. I'm going to go off on a super rant probably halfway through this video because he says something dumb about parenting, and I'm going to lose my shit.
And so I've been deprived of that from within this jail, and that's the basis of the lawsuit I've filed in the federal courts. I think that we are past that now, so hopefully I won't have to deal with that anymore. But that's just one of the things that's been going on. The second thing that's been going on is I've been keeping in touch with my family heavily. I haven't been talking to too many other people. There's not a whole lot left to say at this point. I'll do a whole lot more talking when I'm out of jail. But from within the jail, it's very difficult to keep up on current events or comment on things. And even if I did want to comment, it's very expensive to do that. So I just haven't been doing that. I've been talking to my woman, Erica, my son, Nathan, and I've been seeing my young daughter, Sophia, who's not a year old yet.
Okay, so it wasn't halfway through the video, it was right now. You guys know I'm a father of many, many kids. I see all of those kids every day. I couldn't imagine a world where I record myself breaking the law and put it on YouTube and risk seeing my children. He just said his kid isn't even a year old. He's been in jail for, 6 months? I forgot what he said already. So a majority of your child's life you have spent in jail because you wanted to break the law on YouTube instead of getting a real job. Like, what kind of shitbag parent are you?
The third thing I've been doing in the jail is learning. I've really been trying to read a lot of books. I've got books that this device that I'm recording this on is propped up on. But I've been reading a lot of books about natural law, about history, about economics, trying to keep my mind as fresh and fit as possible from within these jail cells. And of course, I've been trying to stay physically fit as well. But that is essentially very difficult. The block I'm in is probably 10 paces is the most you can take without hitting a wall. so it's very difficult to stay fit. A lot of people in the comments have been asking what is next for me. And this is, Tyler's told me this. First, I will, upon leaving this jail, be transferred to another jail, the Sullivan County Jail, where I'll be held in a cage and brought before a government court by the government on charges from the government of disorderly conduct, failure to leave an emergency incident area, and intimidation as a result of my interaction with public official Hunter Gibbons in this video.
Craig, 25 feet.
That law just got put, an injunction just got put on that law by a federal court, so you might want to check it.
Craig, 25 feet.
Sir,
man.
check the 25-foot injunction.
Craig.
Sir, check the 25-foot injunction.
Stop interfering.
Nobody's interfering, brother.
You're
Dude,
yelling.
go back and do your job.
You're
go
yelling
back and do your job. I'm
with
allowed to
this
talk.
guy.
Go back and do your job. I'm allowed to talk.
You are allowed to talk, but
I'm
you
allowed
can't
to
yell.
talk.
You can't yell.
I can.
You can't yell.
Fuck you. I can
Craig,
talk.
you can't yell.
Sir, get out of my face and go do your job.
I'm not in your face.
Go do your job.
You can't yell, Craig.
Stop interfering with my job.
25 feet.
Hey, the 25-foot law just got an injunction put on it by a federal court, so just kick rocks. Do you know what an injunction means?
Yes.
It means you can't enforce it, so fuck off. Yeah, nobody's got to answer any
Craig,
questions.
if you keep yelling, I will.
Nobody's yelling. Houston versus Hill. It's the Supreme Court. I just notified you of the case law that protects people talking.
All right. Don't blame me if I start stuttering. I just had to beat my head off of a table for a minute because he brought up Houston v. Hill. Houston v. Hill's from 1987. If I remember off the top of my head, Houston v. Hill was about a Houston ordinance about interfering with police, like in their official duty or something like that. It got brought to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court ruled it unconstitutional. And then you dig into it a little bit, and it's not quite the win that frauditors think it is. So, Houston v. Hill was ruled unconstitutional because of its overbroadness. It didn't rule that the city of Houston couldn't have an ordinance saying you can't interrupt police officers. It was about how overbroad it was. Narrow it down. That was the decision. Narrow your ordinance down. That was it. And then the fact that you don't interrupt me while I'm doing my job. You're a career criminal who records himself harassing police, government officials, and committing other crimes on videos and uploading them to YouTube to grift off of your extremely uneducated audience. That's not a job. You're acting like you're a police officer, firefighter, EMS, military, where you're putting your life on the line. No, you've just made it through your actions. You've made yourself unable to get a job doing anything because of your criminal record.
The link to that video will be in the description. My bond or ransom for my freedom is $12,000 cash, no 10%. So any monetary contributions are welcomed and appreciated with regards to that. Of course, I'd like to get out of that cage as soon as possible. $12,000 is a hefty ransom. See, the government continuously commits criminal acts against me and other individuals with complete impunity. And the difference between failure and success when fighting these corrupt individuals is us sticking together and working together as a unit. Of course, I'm in here. I'm the only one serving this. But I know that I stay in here and I stand in here for actions that plenty of others, hundreds of thousands of individuals in the United States believe to be non-criminal. And the government has locked me up in a cage as a result of them. Particularly, when I say we need to work together, particularly I'm talking about people who recognize the machine that we're working against for what it is. And that would be a group of criminals that will do whatever it takes to achieve the ends they desire.
All right, Craig served me up a meatball, threw it right down the middle. I'm going to try to smash it out of the park here. Craig, you just described frauditors. You guys will ignore the law, ignore the Constitution, just to try to get out of taking responsibility for your own actions. And then when you guys are held accountable, you turn into yourself, you turn into Chili, you turn into BSBT, you turn into fucking Lane Myers, where Lane Myers not only is threatening the prosecutor in this case, but the prosecutor's wife and kids in an attempt to kind of get out of being held accountable. That's what you guys do. So don't project your shit onto any other group.
When Sullivan County is finished with me, Of course, I've got another case in Greene County to take care of. I intend to spend a period of time with my loved ones, catching up, reestablishing my relationship with my soon-to-be one-year-old daughter, and resuming my duties as a father to my 6-year-old son, who has probably been harmed the most by the government out of anybody. He's certainly sustained the most damage. I intend to continue raising awareness about the criminal actions of the government, and I will not be deterred by their violent and coercive tendencies that they employ them against me. And they do it, of course, they do these because I tend to expose and criticize them. But each time they use coercion and violence, it only proves what I'm saying further. So that being said, everybody, this is just a short video update. I'll try to get more of these out to you. Of course, as I say, it's very difficult from inside of this jail cell. Before the video wraps up, I want to give a shout out to Jamette Pruitt, who has continuously been sending me postcards and letters in here. That really has been great to receive those. My great friend Chili over at Delete Laws, and Team BLZ for all their help with monetary contributions. And of course, Chili has been sending me great books, educational books that I have been able to read and have helped me greatly. I'd also like to thank my family who have been supportive of me throughout all of this. Erica, my mother, my father. I'm missing a lot out there, but these people are helping me keep up to date with my loved ones and helping me keep in touch with the outside world. So thank you to all of them. And with that being said, everybody, I hope that we all have a great day. And of course, mine will be a little bit more difficult than the rest. I'll give you all a little look-see at my jail cell. It's a little bit of a mess because it's very hard for me to stay motivated to keep it very clean. But in here, this is my door. This is where I stay. And I've got my pictures of my family up here. And the visit, I believe, is about to cut off. But thank you, everybody, for your help and your support. Take care. We'll see you in the next one.
All right, that's the end of the video. Chili sending me educational material. Okay, is it the script to be the Black Power Ranger? That's about all he's got. Other than that, it's just more pseudo-law, sovereign citizen-esque dumb shit. Easy as that. The fact that Craig's wife, fiance, girlfriend, whoever, the fact that her father hasn't taken Craig aside and smacked the living shit out of him, I put a little bit on the fiance's father. Because if any of my daughters got with a guy who was anything like this, that guy would disappear with a quickness. Because this is not the guy you want raising kids. Oh, my 6-year-old is being hurt by the government. No, the 6-year-old is being hurt by you. Because you refuse to grow up. You refuse to get an actual job instead of, I don't know, again, recording yourself committing crimes and uploading it to YouTube to grift from dumb people. You're hurting your child. That's it. Your father, your mother, your girlfriend's father or mother, they should take turns smacking the piss out of you, Craig. Those are the facts. But that's the video. I wish Craig nothing but the worst because he's a shitbag. He's a stain on society. But yeah, that's it. Everybody have a good rest of your day. Peace.